It should show first judge. We don't choose the repeat.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to Real Stage 39.
I'm listener Colonel Jaslyn.
And I'm student Colonel Jaslyn Osewijaya. We're the MCs of today's Real Stage who will accompany you through the session.
Before we officially start the session, for those who don't know, let me introduce you to what Real Stage is. The Real Stage is a level up test where trainees from junior and beyond will be delivering their speeches that they have prepared. In order to join Real Stage, trainees must complete their life project and their speaking project.
We also have another test known as the reinforced test to measure knowledge about public speaking theories, such as what you should or should do. This Real Stage is going to be an exciting one, as I can see lots of wonderful speakers in this room.
Now let us introduce you to our judges for today. Our first judges is also one of the public speaking trainers. Let us give a big round of applause for Miss Cecilia.
Thank you, MC. Good morning, Mama. Good morning untuk our trainees. How are you feeling? Jadi dari awal mungkin hanya dari bawah aja ya. No worries, no worries. Today is your chance to showcase how and what you have learned so long in SMA. Ya, jadi setiap anak mereka hari ini akan menjadi ada yang mendengarkan pengumuman. Kenapa? Karena mereka akan berdiri di sini berbicara pidato dan juga menunjukkan bukan ke kami, bukan ke trainer, tapi ke papa mama apa saja yang sudah mereka dapati dan apa saja yang sudah mereka kerja keraskan untuk belajar. Jadi hari ini mereka tergabung antara kita, tapi karena papa mama ya. Nah, jadi hari ini kita berikan dukungan ke anak-anak. We give our trainees all the good lucks and all the spirit that they need. And I believe that everyone has practiced really well. And I believe everyone has practiced well. So you, don't worry, you will do very well. Yeah? You don't need to do like to compete with everyone today. This is not a competition. This is a real stage. So just do your best. Okay, I'm waiting and excited to see your performance. Thank you. Back to MC.
Thank you, Ms. Cecilia, for the supporting message. And now it's time for reinforced test, where you'll be given a few questions to test your knowledge about things you've learned in class.
The materials are all from the info session in class. And trust me, as long as you pay attention to class, you'll be able to answer that easily. So participants, please get inside the Nova room and take a test. Good luck! Okay, everybody, thank you.
So while the participants are having the reinforced test, now it's time for the open remarks. Let us welcome Miss Cecilia to the stage.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Kita temukan untuk MC kita boleh pertama-tama. Mungkin sebelum meskipun sebenarnya sangat sumringah ya, tapi okay, pertama mungkin sedikit untuk memberikan konteks ya. Di stage ini, tadi saya bilang bukan sebuah competition. Jadi di stage ini adalah di mana anak-anak kita mempunyai kesempatan untuk menampilkan apa saja skill yang sudah mereka pelajari, terutama di public speaking, dan juga manner dan life di real stage. Makanya mungkin mama notice ya kalau anak-anak di rumah ada yang bawa buku, mami, please help me sign this gitu ya. Nah, kenapa seperti itu? Karena di SMA kita bukan hanya ingin anak-anak itu bisa berbicara di depan umum, tapi kita ingin mereka percaya diri. Bukan hanya percaya diri, kita juga ingin mereka memiliki karakter yang baik. Bukan hanya karakter yang baik, kita juga ingin mereka memiliki life skill yang baik. Nah, kita punya tiga buku. Ya, jadi ada speaking project, ada diary book, dan juga ada life project. Nah, mereka hanya bisa naik ke stage jika mereka sudah menyelesaikan ketiga buku ini di level. Dan di SMLONE kita memiliki 6 level, Bapak-Mama. Ya. Jadi dimulai dari yang awal adalah private. Private ini apa? Private ini adalah di mana anak-anak belajar dasar psikologi. Jadi mereka belum kita challenge untuk coba apa box, coba untuk kreatif ya. Yang kita berikan adalah kesempatan mereka untuk menunjukkan bahwa mereka bisa, bahwa mereka mampu. Yang mampu apa? Mampu berdiri di depan, mampu berbicara dengan baik, mampu memberikan eye contact, mampu senyum. Jadi ketika berdiri di depan tuh gak getar semua ya. Jadi mereka mampu untuk percaya diri. Itulah tujuan di level private. Nah, setelah mereka mengenal bahwa mereka mampu untuk percaya diri, mereka akan naik ke level selanjutnya. Dan di level selanjutnya ini, mereka baru mengeksplor apa saja sih yang bisa mereka lakukan dengan public speaking. Misalnya, mereka akan mempelajari bagaimana sih storytelling itu, bagaimana sih membawa history. Kalau dulu pelajaran sejarah itu di sekolah, kalau saya dulu ngantuk ya, tapi bagaimana membawakan itu agar semangat audiens. Ya, jadi akan banyak challenge yang dilakukan oleh anak-anak level surgeon, dan juga setelah itu dia naik ke level kolonel. Level kolonel challenge-nya beda lagi, Mama. Mereka akan diminta untuk misalnya, mereka diminta untuk membuat video, jualan lewat video, menjual hal yang murah atau menjual hal yang mahal. Jadi konteks setiap level itu tujuannya berbeda. Setelah mereka meluluskan kolonel, mereka naik ke level yaitu kolonel. Kolonel ini mereka sudah diajak untuk kamu coba jadi MC. Selain MC di event SMLONE, coba MC di luar. Semakin banyak kita berikan kesempatan agar anak-anak ini memiliki challenge yang berbeda-beda, sehingga mereka bukan hanya di SMLONE, tapi dimanapun, bertemu siapapun, mereka sudah terbentuk percaya diri. Setelah level kolonel, naiklah lagi ke level teknik general. Biasanya anak-anak itu jika sudah di level teknik general, mereka sudah percaya diri. Berbicara itu merupakan sesuatu yang seru. Kenapa? Karena skill public speaking sudah ada, skill persuasinya sudah terbentuk. Di saat itu, di sekolah, temannya sudah banyak. Ya, dulu udah saya biasanya, udah bisa dia mengungkapkan apa yang dia mau dengan saya baik. Nah di sana, yang kita minta untuk students nanti bukan hanya lagi public speaking-nya dan juga confidence, tapi kita meminta mereka untuk belajar untuk karakter yang sesuai. Jadi level teknik general dan general atas, percayalah mereka naik stage itu sudah tidak logik. Tapi apa yang mereka akan khawatirkan adalah mereka akan fokus dengan level mereka. Karena itu yang kita katakan di level general dan juga general. Nah setelah itu mereka baru akan lulus dari SMA. Nah nanti kami juga akan ada graduation dan juga SMA award di tanggal 23 Maret, Mama. Jadi nanti anak-anak di sana akan melakukan graduation di awal untuk yang mereka sudah melewati 6 level ini. Nah setelah itu kita akan membagikan award juga untuk anak-anak yang misalnya memiliki poin terbanyak, mental paling baik, house paling bagus. House itu grup ya di antara kelas-kelas. Jadi anak-anak ini bisa semangat kalau bisa masuk komunikasi benar nggak ya, gitu ya. Nah itu akan ada terjadi di SMA. Nah mungkin tambahan Mama, apa sih sebenarnya yang anak-anak ini merasa sangat sulit ya kalau di SMA? Kita saja, saya masih ingat dulu pertama kali ketika saya kelas SMP, saya diminta oleh kepala sekolah saya untuk buat public speaking competition. Bahasa Indonesia. Saya masih ingat saya latihan 3 bulan. Setelah 3 bulan, saya naik ke stage ketika kompetisi, melihat judgesnya saya buka. Selamat pagi Bapak Ibu semua. Saya blank sampai waktu berakhir. Dan di sana apa yang terjadi dengan saya? Saya takut dengan public speaking. Karena public speaking ini hal yang menakutkan. Kita diminta untuk berbicara di depan, diminta untuk mengelaborasi hal yang kita sendiri sebenarnya kita ingin menjadi bagus, tapi kita tidak tahu di mana. Jadi hari ini ketika anak-anak yang mama kritis kita maju ke depan, percaya jantung mereka itu tangan mereka itu dingin semua. Karena kenapa? Karena untuk maju ke depan, mereka sudah keluar dari zona nyamannya dan memberanikan diri untuk ngomong di depan mama. Jadi apapun hasilnya nanti, bagaimanapun hasilnya nanti, kita berikan dukungan untuk anak-anak. Dan juga setiap anak itu kesifatannya berbeda-beda. Ada anak yang 6 bulan sudah naik stage. Ada yang butuh 9 bulan. Ada yang butuh 1 tahun untuk naik stage. Kenapa? Karena mereka memiliki kepribadian yang berbeda-beda. Dan hal ini yang kita ingin encourage anak-anak itu apapun kepribadiannya, pada akhirnya mereka bisa menjadi sosok yang positif. Bukan hanya untuk dirinya, tapi juga untuk lingkungan. Jadi mungkin saja ada anak-anak yang membutuhkan waktu lebih lama 1 tahun baru bisa naik bisnis. Tapi percayalah, mereka mau naik saja ketakutannya itu lebih tinggi daripada yang 6 bulan. Jadi semakin takut, semakin kita berikan encouragement agar kita bisa bekerja. Jadi mama-mama, nanti kita juga akan ada parents meeting ya, tanggal 9 Maret. Di mana mama-mama memiliki kesempatan untuk bertemu dengan trainer yang sedang bekerja. Jadi kita 1 tahun itu kita berubah 3 trainer di 1 kelas. Kenapa? Agar anak-anak itu terbiasa percaya diri siapapun orang yang bisa. Dan jadi kita ada shifting trainer. Nanti di tanggal 9 Maret, mama-mama berkesempatan untuk bertemu trainernya langsung dan berbicara. Boleh berdiskusi dengan perkembangan anaknya, boleh bertanya, kita ngobrol saja, kita sama-sama. Bukan hanya trainer, sama-sama kita bekerja sama untuk membuat anak-anak ini menjadi baik. Sekian saja dari saya, mama. Jadi hari ini saya minta bantuannya. Setelah anaknya selesai di depan, percayalah hal pertama yang akan dilakukan untuk lihat judges di sini. Dia akan melihat laut dan wajah mama terlebih dahulu. Di sana bentuk untuk berikan dukungan maksimal mungkin kepada anak. Terima kasih. Kita bertemu lagi berikutnya. Kembali lagi ke MC. Ya, benar? Silakan.
Thank you, Miss Cecilia, for supporting.
Okay, we'll wait for the trainers to finish the process.
While we are waiting for the train, you can watch the video that we provided.
So everyone calls the task. It sure has been very easy, and I believe all of it is true. And now is the moment you can be grateful. Let us first explain some of the rules for real estate.
First, please keep all of your phones silent during the session so that the speaker can speak smoothly without any distraction.
Second, please don't go in or on the road while the speaker is speaking. This will distract the speaker and lose your focus.
Third, no littering will be allowed in the room. Treat as someone like your own house.
Fourthly, please turn on silent mode when the speaker is speaking. So that there will be no disturbance when the speaker is delivering their speech.
Lastly, after each speaker finishes this speech, sessions will give feedback and comments to the speaker. For our audience, you can also give your feedback as well as write something this more within the link shown here.
Now allow us to explain the time limit. For private, we can talk about any topic for 5 to 7 minutes. In 5 minutes, the green light will be shown. In 6 minutes, the yellow light will be shown. And in 7 minutes, the red light will be shown.
For a certain level, we can deliver any features with the usage of our right, usage and property. For 5 to 7. In 5 minutes, our timer will turn on the green light. In 6 minutes, it will turn on the yellow light. And in 7 minutes, it will turn on the red light.
For students who will help you to deliver a speech of 7 to back for 8 to 10 minutes. In 8 minutes, the timer turns on the green light. In 9 minutes, they'll turn on the yellow light. And in 10 minutes, they'll turn on the red light.
For all of the levels, you can deliver a first for 5 to 7 minutes. In 5 minutes, our timer will turn on the green light. In 6 minutes, it will turn on the yellow light. And in 7 minutes, it will turn on the red light. And after you finish your speech, remember to ring the bell and say,
That was easy. So participants, treat this as a reminder to pay attention to your timing. Just like what was learned in SMLONE. If the speech is too short, the speech won't be fair. Yet if it is too long, the audience can bear it. So select your words and pace with precision.
we also want to inform you that there is some water outside of the room. Parents, guardians, and trainees, feel free to enjoy the beverages provided during the event.
Now it's time for us to officially start Real Stage 39. Our first speaker is someone from the class of Marley. Let us welcome Hayden Lois Orange.
Say something. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Saya ready.
Ready. Hayden Louis Orange, why school is important? Why school is important? Hayden Louis Orange. Your time is 5 to 7 minutes and the stage is yours. Good luck.
Okay. Why school is important? What do you think of school? Do you think it is useful or useless? So today I will be answering that. In my opinion, school is very useful. First, education. What is education? Education is a process when you get knowledge from your teacher. Education can be in subject, such as science, maths, or English. What is your guys' favorite subject? If mine, now it is science, cause science is easier. But back then when I was primary 1, 2, 3, my favorite subject was maths, cause it is about minus, plus, easy. But there's no about geometry. What the benefit of the subject that we learn? First, English. English help us to communicate with our family, stranger, or with our friends. We use English when we go travel to example to Europe, go to UK. They talk English, we can communicate with them. And the benefit of education next is science help us with new discoveries that we can learn to survive, such as the example when you step nail, rusted nail, you will get tetanus. So don't ever step rusted nail. So next, maths. What's maths help for? Maths help us to calculate things. So we will move on to second, building attitude. Do you guys ever hear a quote that it said, many knowledge without attitude is nothing? Yeah. Many schools make a program that can make the student better. Like in my school, they make a program about how to make the student better. My school made a program about morning greeter. Morning greeter is when you greet teacher when you come to our school. You need to greet them. And what's the positive side or the benefit of building attitude? First, you will get respect by others. If you respect people, they will respect you back. And second, building stronger relationship. Imagine you have a friend, you call him smart. He will of course be happy and respect you back. And third, life skill. You guys will confuse what is life skill? Because life skill is a subject in my school, and life skill is one of the most important subject in my school because it teaches us how to cook, how to clean up the bed, how to mop the floor. It is like life project, but in a subject. And my teacher teaches us how to clean the bed, how to mop the floor, because in my school, the class always make the water spill out and many else. So schools help us with many skills, and schools sometimes make tests that if we are already understand it or not. Schools help us make friends because school is one of the places to make friends. Schools help us make us smart with the education. School make us independent with life skills. School make us become more respectful, building attitude. So in conclusion, school make us better student, have more skills, and give us a many challenges about we. So school it is just not a place for boring tests, boring lesson, but it is one of our role key to make us success.
Wow, thank you, Kaden, for amazing speech. Now let's have one of our journalists here to give feedback. Let us welcome Miss Cecilia.
Okay, Kaden, how do you feel as the first speaker of real estate?
Happy.
Happy! Oh, very good. It seems that you are very well prepared. I believe that you practiced this speech quite some time. Did you?
Yes.
Yes. Because why? Because I can see that not only the context of the speech is good, but how brave you share your eye contact, not only with me, but with all the audience. So very, very well done, Aiden. And also, in the context itself, you discuss about the benefit of education, include learning the health and also medication, and actually how it can help us. Example, we know that we should avoid rusted nails because it can treat tetanus. And we know it through school, right? You show that kind of a very relatable example that can help the audience understand your context further, which is very good as well. And my favorite part, actually, in your speech is your closing. When you close it like, school is our role key to mega success. Ooh, that's very good. Maybe to add your performance, because your performance is very well done, let me add some tips for you. So next time you can do much better, okay? So when you say about the benefit of education, you have several benefits, right? The first one, you have about second one, third one. When you say it like that, you can use your hand gesture up. So the first one is, well, you can move on the stage. So example, when you say the first one, you stand here. The second one, you move to the second spot, and the third one, you move a bit. So when you're on the stage, you're not standing and moving like this, but you move around the stage briefly. Okay? No worries. You still have surgeon to practice that, right? Okay, good job. Give applause again for
Very good, Miss Cecilia. The feedback is well received. Kaden, now you can go back to your seat and think about. Now let's move on with silence to our dear colleagues and parents. Let's show the feedback for the speaker for improvement.
Hah? Ready, Miss. Ready, Miss. No. Ready, Miss. Okay, Miss.
Our next speaker is someone from the class of Real. Let us welcome Hugo Yakni. Hugo Fiandi, pollution. Pollution, Hugo Fiandi. The stage is yours. Good luck.
What is the biggest pollution? It is the air pollution. Hello everyone, my name is Hugo and today I would like to talk about pollutions. The biggest pollution is the air pollution. So it's the biggest pollution because air is what we breathe, and if it's polluted, it can cause many lung diseases and can cause deaths. That's why we have to protect our air and don't let it be polluted. What causes air pollution? Air pollution is caused by vehicles and factories that cause air pollution. So, air pollution is bad for our health. And so, how to prevent an air pollution is you must plant more trees and you have to use public transportation instead of private transportation. That can reduce the smokes, and if you plant more trees, there will be more oxygen for us. That is how to prevent an air pollution. Now, our second pollution is the land pollution. Land pollution is where people throw trash into a land and that has many animals like cockroach, mice, and that will be uncomfortable for all of us. And that is why we must keep our land healthy and clean so all of us can have and comfortable environment. So, how to prevent a land pollution is you have to use reuse things like plastic bottles, or even you could use your own bottles, that it will be better. And you can recycle things or throw it in the recycle bin so that it will be recycled. And that is also a good thing. And that is also how to prevent it. So that is how you prevent a land pollution. Now the third one is the water pollution. Water pollution is when people throw trash into the water, rivers, lakes, and seas. So because of that, sea creature and other animal over there will thought that our trash is their food, and after that, it will make them eat it and they will get choked. Then fishermen caught them. After that, they're filled with many microplastics. So that's why if we eat them, it's unhealthy for us too. So we have to protect the water, the land, and the air. How to prevent the water pollution? How to prevent the water pollution is you must stop throwing trash into the water, river, lakes, and seas, but you throw the trash into the trash bin and recycle like what I said. So that's how to prevent it. I have my personal story. When I went to the beach, I was expecting good view of the ocean, but I just see lots of trash floating in the water. That's why we must protect this earth. We must protect it because if we don't, we'll get the impact and also the animals around us. That's why we have to protect the environment. And we also must protect the environment by stop throwing trash, like many other things. Many people in this world did that. They threw trash everywhere, and that is a bad thing. So we have to stop it. And I show you the way. So that's the way we stopped it. Thank you for listening, and we must protect the earth before it's too late. If not us, who else? Thank you for listening.
Wow, thank you, Hugo, for your informative speech. Now let us welcome one of our judges to give feedback. Let us welcome Miss Cecilia.
Google, I keep forgetting how young you are. When you talk this kind of topic in class, I just realized how young you are when you stand in this big stage, you know? And Google, let me ask you, how do you feel?
Normal?
Normal. Do you feel nervous?
Not so.
Very good. I can see that you're not so nervous. Why? Because when you walk to the stage, you already smile. Not waiting to the stage, while walking to the stage, you already smile. Which is a very good thing because it shows that you have already started to become confident. Good job, Google. And this topic, let me check again. What is your grade at school?
What?
What is your grade?
4.
4. You are fourth grade.
Yes.
Fourth grade talking about pollution. Not only talking about what is pollution, why it's bad, and how we can do better as a society. It just blow my mind. Okay? Very good choice of topic. Very well delivered. I love the structure. It's so neat in the structure. Like you have a very interesting opening with questions. Then you go to what is pollution, why it's bad, and how to be better. And when you started or you misspoke on the stage, you are not flattered. You are able to continue smoothly. It shows that you, when you practice this whole time in class, it pays off, right? So good job, Google. Maybe to add one additional thing to make your performance better, when you close it at the end, you can recap again how to sing. So everyone, let me remind you again how to say figure. The first one is, the second one is, and the third one is, so let's start. If it's not us, then who? If it's not us, then what? Thank you. Right? So you close it better, you tie it back, then you have a whole complete speech. But overall, it was a very good performance. Good job, Google.
Thank you very much, Ms. Cecilia. I believe the feedback is well received. Now let's have 1 minute of silence for our dear trainees and parents. Let us feel our adalah for the speaker who will
Can I have the mic? Oh, yeah. Later, just when the speech you give. Sorry, Victoria. So scared. Is it okay if this? Can you help us do this one? So now is the true. Huh? And now is the first speaker. So. For this one was the second. Inhale, exhale, test. Our next speaker is someone from the class of Tracy. Let us welcome Victoria Yap. Victoria Yap, how exercise helps us? How exercise helps us? Victoria Yap. Your time is 5 to 7 minutes and the stage is yours. Good luck.
Good morning, judges, teachers, and friends. Do you like exercise? If you do, please raise up your hand. You may now put down your hand. Today, I'm going to talk about how does exercise benefit us? Well, there's many ways how exercise benefit us. First, building up our immune system. Second, keeping us strong. Third, maintaining our mental health. Let's start with the first benefit, which is building up our immune system. Building up our immune system can keep us away from diseases. How? First, boost white blood cells. White blood cells are like tiny soldiers in our body that fight off sickness. Exercise helps them move faster so they can find and attack germs quickly. Second, increase blood flow. When you move your body, your blood moves faster, carrying oxygen and nutrition that helps your body stay strong and healthy. Third, help you sleep better. A good sleep can heal your body and stay strong. Exercise makes it easier to have a good sleep. Fourth, get rid of germs. When you sweat, your body gets rid of harmful things that can harm your body. To build your immune system, you can eat healthy foods, drink lots and lots of water, get plenty of sleep, exercise, and stay happy. To build your immune system, you can do these exercises such as walking, jogging, jump rope, swimming, cycling, and playing sports. You can eat these fruits to build your immune system, such as oranges, lemons, strawberries, apples, bananas, papayas, and watermelon. Because I wanted to build my immune system, I started to jog regularly every day. Now, let's move on to the second benefit, which is keeping us strong. Exercise can build our muscles that keep us strong. Some exercises are push-ups, pull-ups, squats, and lifting weights. These exercises can build our muscles that keep us strong. Now, let's move on to some exercise can make our grip stronger. Because some exercise such as squeezing a stress ball, hanging from a bar, deadlifts, and wrist curls, you need to grip these exercises to make your grip stronger. Some exercise can increase your flexibility, like gymnastics. In gymnastics, you have to stretch your body, so when you grow old, your bones will not break easily because your joints are flexible. Some exercise can make you have a good shape of body because when you exercise, you're burning fat because your body is producing heat when you're exercising. Now, let's move on to the last benefit, which is maintaining our mental health. First, making us happy. When we exercise, our brain produces happy chemicals that make us feel relaxed and reduce stress. Second, reducing worry. Moving our body helps take our mind off problems that help us feel relaxed. Third, giving us more energy. Exercise helps us feel less tired and more active during the day. Fourth, helps us sleep better. When we play and move, we can sleep better at night, which helps us heal and help our brain work. Fifth, improving focus. Exercise helps our brain works better, so that we can learn and remember well. In conclusion, exercise is important for a healthy life because it makes our immune system strong, keeps our body fit, and improves our mental health. So we also make time for exercise every day because it is good and makes our immune system strong so that we can also stay happy and healthy. Thank you, everyone.
Wow, thank you, Victoria, for inspiring speech. Now let's have one of our judges here to give feedback. Let us welcome our judge, Sir Ricky.
Thank you very much, Victoria. I think that you really prepared your speech for today. And I think it is something that I really appreciate. Your speech has a very informative undertone, and I can completely understand how challenging it can be to prepare an informative speech because you have so many information. So yes, I can excuse some stutterings. I mean, you just started, and there's a lot of people here. What I really appreciate is how you still maintain this overall smoothness from the beginning till the end, which I know took lots of courage and preparation. So I think that's something you can do. Besides that, I am very amazed at how well you deliver the news. There is a difference, because I feel like sometimes when people just started in public speaking, they would have, good hand gestures, but very rare you will see students, especially junior, who could diversify their hand gestures, the way you use 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's very good, right? And I could see that you also put an important on stage. It's not completely there yet, but I think it's a great start. Yeah, so you're already going on to, I would say you're already off to a good start. Yeah, so just keep up the, your voice is also pretty good. One thing I feel you could have improved further, especially since your code is very cheerful, and I really love it. Yes, I think it could be paired up with a great cheerful expression as well. Like I think at your closing when you say, just stay healthy, just the expression is violent. I think that should be expression, the default expression is throughout the speech. And moreover, since the speech is, I would say, formative in nature, right? You are giving some sort of example of sports such as push-up, pull-ups, etc. For some people, it might be sort of new, right? They don't have idea of what it could be. So I think it would be nice if you could show us how it's like, or maybe you could just share maybe just some sports that you actually like to do that's easy. Regardless, great preparation just for expression examples. Thank you very much.
I believe the feedback is well received. Now, Victoria, you can go back to your seat and ring the bell.
That was easy.
Now, let us pause for silence for our peer training and first, let's give out the feedback for students.
Well done. How was your feeling? Great. Test. Say test. Test. Yes. Music. Test.
Our next speaker is someone from the class of Tracy. Let us welcome Aldrich Reynard Ahmadi. Aldrich Reynard Ahmadi, my hobby, Aldrich Reynard Ahmadi. You have 5 to 7 minutes, the stage is yours. Goodbye.
Hello everybody, my name is Aldrich. Today I want to talk about what is hobby. Hobby is a thing that you like to do in life. I believe everybody has a hobby. So today I'm going to talk about my 3 favorite hobbies. My first hobby is badminton. Badminton is a sport that makes you taller. You can hit the ball, but if it goes to the net, then the other team will get 1 point. If the ball goes outside the court, then the team gets 1 point also. Same thing goes with your team. The reason I like badminton is that in school I can play with my friends in CCA. My second hobby is soccer. In soccer, we can move the ball to try to score it to the goal. If the ball goes outside the court, then the other team needs to do a throw in. Throw in is basically like the other team member have to like throw the ball to their team member, and the team member need to catch it with their leg to try to shoot it to the goal. The reason I like soccer is that we can like move the ball and we can like steal the ball from the opponent by tackling them. My third hobby is playing games from my phone. The examples of games are like Geometry Dash, Mobile Legends, and many more. And my favorite game is Mobile Legends. In Mobile Legends, we can like fight other opponents using our character. My most favorite character is the character that has an axe. So if an opponent goes near it, my character will just spin the axe and the opponent will get damaged. The reason I like playing games is that it's a relaxing thing to do when we are bored or without anything to do. So in conclusion, I have 3 hobbies: badminton, soccer, and playing games. Thank you everyone.
Wow. Thank you, Aldrich. That's a very interesting hobby. Now let us have one of our judges to give us feedback. Let us welcome Miss Cecilia.
Thank you, Elsie. Aldrich, it's so cute listening to you talk about your hobby, right? You have a very healthy hobby, right? You like badminton, you like soccer, and also you like reading. Yeah. Why you like? Why do you like Mobile Legends rather than other games?
Because we can like fight other opponents.
Why fight other opponents is good?
Because the goal is to like defeat the other's opponent's tower so we can win the game.
And do you play that with your friends?
Not really.
Not really, but you play that with others as well. Yeah, right? Okay, so I think, Aldrich, you can add more details in each of the points that you like. Like, why do you like badminton? Okay, because I can play with my friends. Then you can give me example. When CCA one time I played with my friends, we play really, really hard. Then finally I win. Example, yeah. So you can add more personal stories since this is your hobbies, and that can help you with the time. Okay. And I also like that you try to have a stage movement moving from the left then to the right to show the first, second, third. I think you try really well on that to show. And also I like that you show the conclusion. Conclusion usually is what the students forget, and today you remember it really well. So good job, Aldrich. Maybe one more tips I can share to you is actually you can have more engaging competition. Right? Instead of hello everyone, today I want to talk about my hobby. You can say, okay, so everyone, can you share what is your hobby? Yeah, so you can engage more with the audience, so your opening can attract more attention. Okay, but overall, very, very well. Thank you, all. Let's give a applause for all.
Okay, don't forget to leave the bell.
That was easy.
Thank you very much once again. I will leave some feedback as well.
Our next speaker is someone from the class of Cairo. Let us welcome Elaine Guan Lim. Elaine Guan Lim, my holiday to Singapore. My holiday to Singapore, Elaine Guan Lim. Your time is 5 to 7 minutes and the stage is yours. Good luck.
Have you been to Singapore, everyone? Before I tell you my story about my holiday, let me introduce myself. My name is Celine from Cairo class. Today I will share my experience at Singapore December 2024 when our family had a short holiday in Singapore, especially at Universal Studio. We arrived there at 11 a.m. at second day. First, we played Transformer rides. We queued at there almost 2 hours for that ride. Surprisingly, it's really fun, and my family member like it. Second, we played the mummy rides. We queued almost 1 hour for that ride. Surprisingly, my sister Eva cried after the ride because it was so scary. If you like a high and fast roller coaster rides, it's definitely for you, but for us, absolutely not. After that, we want to have our lunch at 1:30. Suddenly, rains come. Oh no, it's just ruined our whole plan. And we ate sandwich, but not so good, but it's okay. After the rain stopped, we go watch water world show. It's really fun, and my sister Yvonne really like it. And I also like it because it's really fun. After that, we go watch 5D movie theater. It's about Shrek. I really like the 5D theater because it's really looks so real about Shrek, and I really like it. And my family member also like it. After that, we go watch Trolls. Musical Investment. I don't really like Trolls, but my sister Yvonne really like Trolls because it's always keep singing, and I also don't really like it. After that, we want to have a ton of photos. And I want to say thank you for my mom and dad for taking us to Singapore and Universal Studio. From all of the activities that I do, my favorite one is 5D movie theater Shrek. I would like to say to everyone, thank you for listening my holiday story, and I would like to say I wish you have a wonderful holiday. Thank you.
Wow, thank you, Elaine, for a wonderful holiday speech. Now let's have one of the judges here to give feedback. Let us welcome our judge, Sir Ricky.
Okay, thank you very much, Elaine. I really appreciate the support of you to keep on going and deliver your speech. I can see that you're very nervous, but I think what makes a great speaker is not how great the speech is, but how they keep on going despite going through so much, fear in your mind, right? Today you fight another of those challenges, right? I really appreciate you being here today. I feel like in your speech themselves, there's so much life in it. There are so many different stories, which I think is pretty funny, especially from the way you said it, with a very, flat expression, but you said some very fun thing. I think it kind of works in a way, right? So yeah, well done with it. And Ellie, can I try to hear your voice better? Let's say, can you try to say my name is Ellie, but a bit stronger?
My name is Elaine.
Okay, you're already there. You're already 50% there. Can you put it 100%?
My name is Elaine.
That's great. That's fantastic. That's the kind of power I want to see more in the future. Okay? I think your voice can be a bit too soft at the time. And sometimes when you're on stage, you make sure you want to have a good projection to have the conviction from the listeners. But at the same time, I noticed just now when people are still clapping, you start speaking straight away. Now, I know sometimes you really wanted to speak, there's so much passion in you. However, sometimes when it comes to public speaking, I think it's wise to just pause for a bit, just look at the audience and let them see you before you start speaking. Right? And yeah, so other than that, great story. Just make sure to put more power in the vocal, and I can see a great speaker from you in the future. Well done.
Thank you, Sir Ricky. I believe the feedback is well received. Elaine, you can now go back to your seat and ring the bell. That was easy. Now let's have 1 minute of silence. So our dear trainees and parents, let's fill out the feedback form so that the speaker could improve more.
Test. 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 Test.
Now, let us welcome our next speaker from the class of Alexandria. Let us welcome Sergio Garcia Am. Sergio Garcia Am. Global warming. Global warming. Sergio Garcia Am. The stage is yours. You have 5 to 7 minutes to wrap.
Since the Industrial Revolution, the Earth's temperature has risen by 1.1 degrees Celsius. The scientists state that if we keep doing in this manner, the Earth will face some irreversible damage. Today, I stand before you to talk about global warming.
Global warming is not just a natural problem, but a crisis that threatens our future. From unusual weather patterns to rising temperature, the effect of global warming surrounds us all. What is the causes of global warming? What is the effect of global warming? And how can we stop it? So, global warming is a gradually increase of Earth average temperature caused by human activity, mainly the burning of fossil fuel. Fossil fuels such as coal, oil, and gases are burned to produce energy. This activity releases a lot of gases such as carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide into the air. These gases is called as the greenhouse gases, which lead to the traps of heat in the air, causing what we call as greenhouse effect. Although this naturally occurs, but because of the human activity, it intensifies, making it more rapid. And the causes of global warming is the first one is the burning of fossil fuel. The main distributor of this is power plant, factory, and also vehicle. The second one is deforestation. Forests absorb CO2, but a lot of amount of forest is being chopped down, decreasing the natural process. And the third one is agriculture. Livestock farming produce a lot of methane, and the chemical fertilizer also release a lot of amount of nitrous oxide. The fourth one is waste and pollution. The waste landfill of the factories also release a lot of methane. The pollution released by the factories also have nitrous oxide. And what is the effect of global warming? The first effect is the rising temperature. Heat waves have been intensifying since the past decade. It's been the warmer in the historic rate. The second one is melting ice cap and rising of sea level. Because of global warming, a lot of iceberg is melting and cause the rises of sea level. This may threaten the coastal city. A lot of city has been recorded sunk under the ocean because of the melting of ice cap. The third one is the threats to wildlife. You may now read the news and see a lot of species struggling to survive because of their habitats being destroyed. Maybe our future generation won't see as much animals as we could see right now. And the fifth one is the threats to human life. A lot of pollution and heat wave have been causing heart stroke, cardiovascular disease, and also lung disease. So how could we stop global warming from intensifying? The first one is plant more trees. The more the tree, that the more CO2 will be absorbed and the less greenhouse effect. The second one is reduce carbon footprint. You could use public transportation rather than use private transportation. You could also be more wise using energy and rather choose healthy, clean energy. You could also use R3, reduce, reuse, and recycle. You should apply it in your daily life. The third one is government should support clean energy and limit the factories, so there will be less greenhouse gases released by the factories, power plant, and vehicle. And the last one, you should educate others to be more aware about global warming. Every small step helps. So global warming is not an issue that we could ignore. The decision is in your hand. Either you could fix the earth or you could leave it destroyed. This is Sergio. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Sergio. That's a wonderful speech. Now let us have one of our judges to feedback. Let us welcome Miss Cecilia.
Thank you. Sergio. Are you
Nervous, Miss.
nervous? Yeah. Do you feel better now?
Yes, Miss.
You know, Sergio, you start with a very interesting fact to build this topic, right? You start with, do you know that through industrial revolution, after that, the earth has already heated up 1.1 degree, right? That's a very good starting point to make your audience interested to listen to you. Very good job. And what I really like, this is a very serious topic. You bring with a very serious information. And you bring it with passion. I can see that you're really passionate about this topic. As a speaker, I believe that you really encourage everyone to do better on global warming. And that is very well done. To add more trust from your audience, not only through your passionate voice, you can add more stories about this topic. For example, when you say, okay, global warming happened because of our industry. Based on the research done from National Geographic Research, we show that la, 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 la. So you add credibility. You put where you get this information. It can be from a book, YouTube, it can be from articles, right? You put the source inside to make your speech more credible. Okay? And the other side, Sergio, I can see that you have the fitness to move around. But you limit your movement, so it's like you move around, you swing around. Okay? If I were you, I would just move really. And by that, you can show that you have better speech movement and show that you are actually not afraid to move. Okay? And the last point is when you mention about how we can be better to fight this global warming, instead of saying you can do this, you can do this, you can do this, it will be better if you say we can do this. So change the you into we. So you show that I'm ready to do this together with you. But the closing is very, very important. Thank you, Sergio. Good job.
That was easy. Thank you very much, Ms. Cecilia. I believe the feedback was well received. Now let us have one minute of silence. So our dear trainees and parents, let us fill out the feedback form so that the speaker can be informed.
Hi, Madeline. Let's put here, okay?
Our next speaker is someone from the class of Tracy. Let us welcome Madeline Odelia Lois. Madeline Odelia Lois, basic manner, Madeline Odelia Lois. Your time is 5 to 7 minutes and the stage is yours. Good luck.
Why do we need manners? Hello everyone, my name is Madeline. It's my first real stage. I'm nervous, but still, hope I'm doing well. Today, I will answer the question about why do we need manners. Good manners can help us to get good connection. We can earn the trust of people at work, at home, or with friends. Manners can be as simple as saying thank you, sorry, till considering how other people feel. Let's say manners in three different places. First is at home. People often say, apples don't fall far from the tree, meaning people often judge one's character from their manners and link them to the education they learn at home. Manners at home can be simply done by obeying our parents, helping them, saying thank you or sorry, and respect our other siblings. Not second, at school. When we are at school, we need to greet the teacher to show our respect to them as they teach and guide us through our future. Manners can also be used for communicate with friends. Using good language and politeness will help us to get more friends. Lastly, at public. For example, when we are at a bus stop, even though we are in a hurry, we may not cut other people's line. That also applies the same in restroom. Another example is when we are at a bus or train. We can let elders or disabled people to sit or help them get down and get up. So, in conclusion, we need to be polite everywhere. Keep in mind the three magic words, which are thank you, sorry, and excuse me. And by considering how others people feel. So, have you behaved well today? You can learn a lot of manners and polite words, not from me, but from SML1. Thank you and have a nice day, everyone.
Wow, thank you, Madeline, for a wonderful speech. Now let's have one of our judges here to give feedback. Let us welcome our judge, Sir Ricky.
All right, thank you very much, Madeline. I appreciate the flow of your speech. I think there are lots of heart that is being put into the speech, right? From the opening, you start by asking questions. You also use idioms, such as apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. Each of your points, there's a clear, points that you're explaining for each of the ideas that you're given about good manners, right? At the end of the day, you also end your speech with a clear message and also something that is related to the audience, that you learn that in SML1 as well. And I think that really works, right? I think your content is very nice. There's a life, and that's what I always look for from a speaker, right? That because that is the thing that I would remember even years down the road. So I think you have the potential. Great job for those King's medals. Now, one thing I wanted to point out is just, I think perhaps, as you've said before, you could be a bit nervous at times. So I can see that sometimes your gesture might be a bit, you put your hand down there, right? And sometimes when we start, that can, be a challenge, right? I've been there as well. So maybe you can start by having a simple gesture if you're not sure what to do. Do you know what a simple gesture is?
Yes.
All right, can I see that? Fantastic, very beautiful. All right, and actually at your opening, I remember you start by saying, "Oh my God, I'm nervous, right? I'm actually very nervous." I think you could actually connect it to the topic of your speech. I've just got this idea, right? You could probably say, hello everyone, I'm nervous, but I'm still here because I promised to come. Feeling promises is a good manner. So yeah, you could start with that. So you could connect it with the topic of your speech to show that yes, I'm nervous, but I'm still here. But still, I can see you're a fighter, so keep on working to it, and I'll see you for it.
Thank you very much, Sir Ricky. I believe the feedback is very safe. Now, Madeline, you can ring the bell and back to your seat. That was easy. So, our dear trainees and parents, let's fill out the feedback form so that the speaker could improve more. Coba tarik rambutnya, ikat sedikit ke belakang. Tes. I hope we.
Our next speaker is someone from the class of Galileo. Let us welcome Celestia Santiago. Celestia Santiago, stand up, speak up. Stand up, speak up, Celestia Santiago. You have 5 to 7 minutes. The stage is yours. Good luck.
Hey nerd! Don't forget to do my homework like I told you yesterday, or make your life miserable. Yes, the classic school bully. We have all seen them in movies, maybe even in real life. They seek power through fear and intimidation. But bullying isn't just about physical or verbal. It can be chaotic too. Now, ladies and gentlemen, imagine waking up one day and realizing that you are being pushed aside, ignored, or even hated for no reason at all. Imagine a person you once called a friend acting sweet to your face but betraying you behind your back. How would you feel? When I was 10, a mean girl suddenly called me annoying and paid me. I was furious. So we ended up in a full-on argument. You know how girls can be when they fight. People expect hair pulling and a dramatic screaming. But no, this was different. She suddenly grabbed a random bottle and splashed all over to me. Shocked, I looked down at my so close as she stood there satisfied. Without thinking, I quickly grabbed my bottle and splashed her back. The water was everywhere. Splash here, splash there. It was like we were having a water fight. Just then, our teacher walked in and surprised to see the chaos. You two need to apologize to each other right now. Feeling embarrassed, we said, okay, even though we didn't want to. After we apologized, we went back to our class. And I could see the guilt on her face. Later, she came over to me and said, hey, listen, I'm sorry for what I said earlier. I just wanted to say that. 3 months later, I thought she had changed, but I was wrong. She was back. Eye rolls, whisper remarks, a little smirk when I passed by. I ignored it, thinking she was probably having a bad day. But then it got worse. She started talking behind my back again, spreading rumors. Soon, it wasn't just her. Her friends even joined in too. One day, while I was minding my own business,
She made a loud command to a group, making sure I could hear. She's so desperate for attention, so pathetic. I clenched my fist, but stayed quiet. But my best friend, she wasn't having it. I was still talking about her. She did nothing to just leave her alone already. I was trying to win an award for being the worst human being. My best friend stood up for me. She defended me. But instead of stopping, that girl smirked. Oh, are you her babysitter now? The laughter around her grew louder. And I was pissed off. So I stood up and said, enough! The room went silent. You have been doing this for months, spreading rumors, throwing insults. Do you ever get tired? She blinked, like she was expecting me to fight back. So I continued. You apologized to me once, and I believe you. But I guess people never change. I thought that you were just going through something. But it feels like you're stuck in this cycle of bullying. It's exhausting, and it's time for it to stop. The people around us were watching us now. Some of them looked uncomfortable. Others seemed impressed. And her, she didn't have anything left to say. Because I wasn't just a quiet target anymore. I stood up, I spoke up. Now here's a question. Why do people bully? Maybe some do it for power. Some do it for attention. And some, they do it for fun. But that doesn't make it right. Bullying isn't just words. It leaves invisible scars. An insult is a drop of ink, but it can stain forever. An apology might be spoken, but the damage doesn't just disappear. So what can we do? If you see physical bullying, step in and support the target. If you hear verbal bullying, call it out. And if you are being bullied, stand up and speak up. Because peace, justice, and a strong society don't happen by accident. They happen when we stand up for what's right. So ladies and gentlemen, if you are being bullied, you're not alone. Because there are people who will listen, who will stand by you. But change starts with us. Together, we can create a more supportive environment for everyone. With that, I'm Celicia Changdiago, and I choose to be the change. What about you? Thank you.
Thank you, Celestia. That's a very inspiring speech. Now let's welcome one of our judges to give to us. Let us welcome Miss Cecilia.
Celestia. As the first youth speaker today, you are setting the bar too high. I love how you opened with woo, the scenario, the drama, and everything. I think that successfully grabbed the audience attention, and you have done an amazing opening today. And also, I love how you are able to maximize your intonations and also your expression there, so you can show actually what happened that way was very, very disturbing to you, right? The action of bullying and how we should stand up and speak up. As someone who wants to fight for themselves, you show that to me. So good job. And also, I enjoy how you are able to move around the stage as you own up the stage. So very, very good stage mastery. Love it. To add your performance, since you already done a very well job today, I will prefer in the future if you can add more pause between the drums. Usually, we try to avoid the pauses, right? But actually, you can use pause to enhance your speech very well. Example, after your performance, you take a pause and you ask the audience. So, ladies and gentlemen, what can we learn from? Meaning, I learned that actually standing up for yourself is really see how you pause between certain words, you actually can highlight the importance of the words. So the momentum of your speech is not like boom, 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 but you can go with the boom in the beginning, then you make it lower. So the audience can understand that, okay, this is important. So you use the pause to help you to access messages. Okay, I'm excited to see you. You are just a pilot. Woo. I'm happy to see your surgeon, your letter column in the future, and how well you will. Good job.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you very much. Yeah, the feedback was well received. Now let's have 1 minute of silence for our dear trainees and parents. Let us feel the feedback forms from the
That was easy.
Our next speaker is someone from the class of Kiyosaki. Let us welcome
Hello.
Jason Hartono Huang. Jason Hartono Huang, deja vu, Jason Hartono Huang. Your time is 5 to 7 minutes and the stage is yours. Good luck.
Hello, everyone. Do you ever walk into a place that you've never been before, yet you felt a sense of eerie or familiarity? Or have you met someone for the first time, yet you've known them forever? This is what we call deja vu. Fun fact about deja vu, the term of deja vu is French for already seen. According to Wikipedia, the term of deja vu was first used by Émile Boirac in 1876. Émile Boirac was a French philosopher whose book is L'avenir des physiques sciences, or the future of sciences physics, including the sensation of deja vu. Deja vu is presented by Émile as memories. These experiments have led scientists to suspect that deja vu is a natural memory. We've encountered this situation before, yet we can't fully recover it. Emile Boirac helps public to understand, and our brain recognize these similarities between right now and the past, and left with a feeling of familiarity that we can't quite grasp it. Throughout history, there has been many theories on what causes deja vu. According to Google, it's estimated that it's normal for someone to experience deja vu. In fact, it's 70% of people in this world experience deja vu before, especially young people. Deja vu can be occurred sometimes when you have lucid dreams too. Once, When I was walking, I saw a white car on my left, and on my right was a street. It's what I dream of. And after a long time, days pass, weeks pass. And after that, when I was walking, I saw on my left was a white car, and on my right was was a street. It was the exact same moment when I was dreaming of. It same goes for my friends and my brother. Once, when I was watching Netflix with my brother, me and my brother was chilling, and when me and my brother was watching Netflix, my brother see me like, I think we've ever watched this film before, and I said, no, why? He said, I don't know. And the next morning, when I go to my school, I met my friends. And my friend, it was a boring class. And my friend said, I think we've ever experienced this before, this lesson, this teaching. I said, no. And we're thinking that, what is this? And we wanted to search this thing up. So after break, after the lesson finished, we searched it up at Google. And at that exact moment, we know it was deja vu. Well, in conclusion, believe in my instincts that deja vu can otherwise of are really strange. But in conclusion, what I think of that deja vu can predict the future. Deja vu can, and I also have ever several deja vus before. Right? Deja vu, and after that, we've encountered several deja vus before, and yet we can still predict the future. And in conclusion, I still believe in deja vus. And that's all for me. Thank you. Oh, okay.
Thank you, Jason, for informative speech. Now, let's welcome our judge, Sir Ricky.
All right, Jason. I don't think a lot of people understand the progress and the journey that you did in order to reach the real stage today. And I just wanted to say that I'm very proud of you to make it here. I know that there are lots of nervousness and you probably still feel afraid from coming in front, but considering how you started from your first day of SML1, today was the best performance and confidence I've ever seen coming from you today. And I think, when you go home later, I think you should look today as a moment to be very proud of because you speak in the group full of people. And I appreciate, and I was surprised that when you open it, your voice is very clear, you speak with an expression that shows no fear, and I think that shows growth. That is one thing that I really love, especially in SML1 and seeing people growing, right? And at the same time, the topic of your speech, I would say it's pretty complicated, right? It's deja vu. And under that sense, right, I feel that there should be a further explanation coming from you as in which can help. The thing that can help is probably some histories, correlation of what the experts thought about this certain phenomenon, right? So I think this can help you reach the time limit better. But furthermore, I feel like you have the tendency to go left and right when you're studying, right? And I know course the preparation. Now, I'm pretty sure I have no doubt that there's a level of preparation that you put into this speech. Yes, the next level of it is just aware of the time. Because I know some people they prepare for a lot of things, but sometimes they think that we speak in the time of it. But in this case, I think it's very wise for you to try to time it and maybe see if you could speak within 4 minutes. 6 minutes, right? So if you speak too quick or too slow, you could still be within the time. Yes, but once again, fantastic performance. I'm very well done.
Thank you very much, Sir Ricky. I believe the feedback is well received. Jason, now you can go back to your seat and ring the bell. That was easy. So now let's have 1 minute of silence. Our dear trainees and parents, let's fill out the feedback form so that the speaker could improve more.
Tes.
Our next speaker is someone from the class of Gilman. Let us welcome Pasha Putra Dinata Siap. Pasha Putra Dinata Siap, the right man at the right place. The right man at the right place, Pasha Putra Dinata Siap. You have 5 to 7 minutes, the stage is yours.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Have you ever wondered why people work with their patients, have a great success, then the others feels trapped in their jobs? Does anyone know? Okay, the answer is in a simple principle: the right man in the right place. Placing the person in the right positions where their interests and skills align. Every individual, every human in this world have their own unique skills. For the example, some people have mastered in arts, some people mastered in science, some people master in technical skills. For me, myself, I like science when I was a kid. I have a story that when I was in junior high school, I joined a competition. Basically, this competition is about research competitions. So, in our team that contains 5 people, we make scientific paper and also a product. So, the product's name is coffee ground as anti-end coasters. So, basically, this is like regular coasters that used to put the cups or drinks, but it has a coffee smells that makes and will not gather to the cup or to the drinks. So for example, when you put the coasters and you put your sweet drinks up and the ends will not gather near the coasters because of the coffee smells. Back to the topic, the problem is when people fail to recognize their skills and patience. So it ends up with jobs that do not suit with their patients. So these problems can cause us stressful, even failure in their career. So I have a story that related to this topic. I have a friend in school that want to join election of student council, and I really know him that he is very well at editing photos, editing videos, taking pictures, something creative like that. But that one day he chose the department of religious that do not suits for him. So after he complete all of his stages, and one only more stages is interview sessions. So the interviewer asked him, "Are you ready to be placed outside from that you choose?" So he answered, "Yes, I am ready." And at the end, he was moved to the creative department because it is his patience, not following others. And when you follow others that do not suit with your patience, it is not good for you, that your works will not be optimal. So in conclusion, let us take initiative to find, to search our skills, our interests, our patience from now on. Because if we do that, we can get a job and very suits to us, very suits to our patients. So we can work without getting forced. So don't be afraid to try new things. Don't be afraid to explore more in this world. So you can have a job that very suits to you, and you become more effective in your work. So that concludes my speech today. I hope all of us can get a place to grow, and all of us can be successful from your maximizing your potential. Thank you for listening.
Wow, that's a very inspiring speech. Now let's have one of our judges here to give feedback. Let us welcome Miss Cecilia.
Thank you. Hi, Pasha.
Hi, Miss.
This topic is actually a very deep topic, right? You talk about how sometimes people can get stuck when actually it's not their passion.
Yeah.
This topic, I believe, can relate to our long generation. Not only about how people or what day they will work and things that they don't like, and at the end of the day they feel stressed. It can also relate to the students, like when the students try to do something out of comfort zone, right? So this is a very big topic, and you guys you put a lot of stories inside that support each of the points you want to make. Right? The first story was about group projects of invention. Then you talk about how your friends want to be a student council, and at the end of the day, it's support your mission, right? It's about you will success if you are the right kind at the right time.
Yeah.
I wish this message was repeated more frequently because your story has already supported. It's just a matter of repeating the words so the audience can memorize the words that attach to their memory. And the other side, I know that you put a very deep opposite in the beginning. Okay? Now, the deep opposite will for the audience to respond if it was much simpler. Example, instead of saying that, have you ever wondered about how people learn? Okay, have you ever seen someone who feels stuck in their life? You feel that? Today, let me talk about how and why we get stuck. By simplifying the opening, you can grab more attention by the audience and more response. Okay? But the speech today has been really well. I love each of the stories with you. Maybe one more additional tip is try to use a faster pace so you don't have too long pauses and too frequent pauses. I love pauses. I think pauses is the most powerful thing in public speaking, especially in communication. I think you are very well in pauses. Now keep the pauses and time it with pace. Okay, so make the pace faster in several parts and make the pauses. Okay, but
Okay.
overall, very well just pitch today.
Thank you,
Thank
Miss.
you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Surya. I believe that is so well received. Now you can go back to your seat and don't forget.
That was easy.
Now let's have 1 minute of silence for our new training session.
This is for the next. No, this is for the next. This is previous.
Our next speaker is someone from the class of Gates. Let us welcome Sergeant Max Viandi. Sergeant Max Viandi, the technology impact our life. Technology impact our life. Sergeant Max Viandi. Your time is 5 to 7 minutes, and the stage is yours. Good luck.
Let's take a moment to think about your day so far. What is the first thing you did when you woke up? Was it checking your phone, scrolling through social media, or maybe asking Alexa about the weather for today? Well, believe it or not, technology has been shaping almost every part of our life. Technology has made things easier, faster, and more connected than before. Now, with technology, we can communicate to our friends across the world in just a few seconds. We can even watch our favorite shows anytime and anywhere. And we can even learn anything with quick search. Technology has a lot of different functionalities. One of it is for communication. Nowadays, instead of sending mails, people will send emails or use some different chatting applications to send messages, such as WhatsApp, Line, Discord, and much more. These applications can be used by people to communicate to each other easier and faster. Second is for learning. Students at school will use some different devices to help them study, such as laptops or smartboards. And at home, students could use some different applications to help them study or do their homework. Third is for working. Nowadays, people will use some different devices to help them work. One of it is the laptop. People would use laptop to work because they are really lightweight and easy to carry, which allows the user to work anytime and anywhere. And fourth is for entertainment. Nowadays, people would listen to music using headphones or AirPods, watch their favorite movies using smart televisions, and play their favorite games with their gaming devices such as PS5 or Nintendo Switch. There's no doubt, technology has been changing the way we live. But let's be real, not all of those are perfect. Even though technology has a lot of useful benefits, but sometimes it could also possess a really great danger. One of it is the screen time. Most people will spend hours glued to their screens, and sometimes without even realizing it. This amount of screen time could affect the user's sleep and focus, which could result to a bad health and distract their responsibilities. And this actually happens to one of my friends before. So a few months ago, I met a new friend from my school. He was really kind and generous. But one thing about him is he's always on his phone or tablet. Every time we meet, he will be playing with his phones or tablets, even during lesson times. So because of that, one day, the teacher assigned us a really important assignment, which could affect our final grade. Everyone paid attention to the teacher's explanation, except him. So during the D-Day of the assignment, he didn't know anything about the assignment and he failed the grade. So everyone except him have grade up and go to the next level. So that's why too much screen time could be really bad for us. Other than that, second, social media. Too much social media could cause the user to feel like as they're always being judged. And the pressure to keep up could be really exhausting. And also, third is the internet. Even though the internet could provide us with a lot of useful informations, but not all of them are true. Sometimes the internet could give us some false information or fake news. These fake information are called hoaxes. Hoaxes are false information designed to mislead people, and they often spread really quickly through social media or other websites. While most of the times, hoaxes are pretty harmless, but sometimes it could cause panic, ruin reputations, and even put life at risk. And that's why hoaxes are really bad. So, what do we do to avoid all of them? Do we just throw our devices away and live in the woods? Well, probably not. The key is balance. We should learn how to control our technology usage without letting it take over our life. So, here are 4 ways for you to control your technology usage. First is by setting time limits. You could use your application or devices settings to set time limits to avoid technology overuse. Second is to take breaks. So for every 25 minutes of using technology, you could take a 5-minute break away from technology. This could help you take a rest and avoid technology overuse. Third is to use technology purposefully. We should focus on using technology for learning, productivity, and meaningful connections instead of endless scrolling. And fourth is by creating tech-free zones. We should put away our devices from certain places, such as dining table or the bedroom. This could help to encourage real-life interactions. At the end of the day, technology is neither good nor bad. It's just how we use it that makes the difference. So let's use technology to create, learn, and connect without letting it take over our life. Because the best moments, they don't happen on a screen. They happen in real life. Thank you.
Wow, thank you, Sergeant Max, for informative speech. Now let's have one of our judges here to give feedback. Let us welcome our judge, Sir Ricky.
Next, from the very first moment you come to the stage, I can see that you really command the stage. You have a great vocal projection, and besides that, you also seem to have a very good stage control, right? You try to walk around the stage, and what I think is challenging is also how you maintain the consistency throughout the speech, and you could do it. So overall, I think you have this good command of stage, which good stage presence, which I don't think is not appreciated enough, right? And the slides are also nicely made. There isn't too many distracting text or image. It also incorporates story whenever it's necessary, so there's at least a sense of vividness in the speech that you're delivering, right? Now, let's talk a little bit about slides, right? I think the challenge that you have in this real stage is to use slides in your speech. Now, you see, when it comes to using slides, there's usually three levels of slides, in my opinion, right? The first one is when the slide can be a bit distracting. You know, there's too many text, too many words. Obviously, your slides is better than, right? Your slide is very simple. People don't rely too much on it to listen to your speech, right? And another level of it is when the slide was dead, right? It was there to help you, but it was not. It was just that, right? And I think that the slide in your speech is still on this level. What I mean by this is usually when people are using slides, right? They're using it to show things that otherwise people might not understand when you are stating it. One of the example of it is probably on your previous, I think, the ninth project about bringing history to life, for example. I might not be able to see when you say who this history, people in history is, or the location is. So you use a slide to show a picture, or maybe data or statistics, right? So when you say, you know, how it can help communication, for example, I mean, I know what communication is, right? So I feel like if you want to use a slide more effectively, I think at times you might want to consider maybe what sort of data that you otherwise might not be able to convey with words, right? Or pictures. Maybe an example of, you know, tech-free zone and how is the implementation, how effective it is, right? Some pictures of it. I think it could make us be able to visualize your speech even better. But regardless, I really think that you have the stage presence to be a good speaker. So great job, and looking forward to see your listening.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ricky. I believe the feedback is well received. Sergeant Max, now you can ring the bell and go back to your seat.
That was easy.
Now let's have 1 minute of silence. So our dear trainees and parents, let's fill out the feedback form so that the speaker could improve more.
Our next speaker is someone from the class of Grande. Let us welcome Luis Simon. Surgeon Luis Simon. The value of water. The value of water. Luis Simon. You have 5 to 7 minutes. The stage is yours.
Okay, so this water in the grocery store, you can find it for maybe 3,000 to maybe let's say 6,000. But let's say you're in the airport, you forgot to bring your water and you decided to buy your water. It's of course going to cost a lot more. Maybe even more than 10,000. Almost triple the price of the one in the grocery store. This also applies to people. You maybe it's not that you're undervalued or maybe you're bad at doing your stuff. It's just your environment and circumstances that does not support you or the things that you do. Just like this water, it's still water. There's nothing changed. It's still, let's say this is an aqua, it's still an aqua. Nothing will change about it. It's just the circumstances that change, the grocery store and also the airport. Let's take Albert Einstein for example. At the traditional schooling, he's a slow learner. Everybody thought he'll just be a normal person. He wouldn't success as much. But he thinks to himself that traditional schooling is just not the way for him. It didn't align with the way that he received the education. So he started to stop with the traditional schooling and he learned by himself. And now, as you know, he is a very famous scientist and he's also called the smartest man alive. Or maybe let's not talk about Albert Einstein. Let's talk about somebody like Michael Jordan, the famous basketball in history. When he was in his high school, he is not good at playing basketball. Everybody said, you cannot play basketball, you cannot be a basketball player. But he didn't take what people told him and he decided to change environment and he joined the NBA and now he's the famous basketball player as you know. He did not change his skill or even his way of playing. He just changed his environment from his school to the NBA. Those two are a famous example that it's not that your skill is bad, it's that the environment that doesn't help the way you cope. So another thing that I can add is another example, which is Oprah Winfrey. She is a famous television actor. She is the famous one also, but at the early stages, she isn't that much. She joined a television once, but everybody thought that she's not good at acting at all. And often people think that she won't succeed and she wouldn't be anything. But then she changes her placement and now she works at the television, which is another television center, which is more supportive to her rather than her previous one. Those are the examples that the skill is good, just your circumstances that is bad. So the next time you think that I'm worthless, I'm not good for anything, think to yourself, is that is that actually your skill that's worthless, or is it the circumstances that does not cope with you? That's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you. That's a very inspiring speech. Now let's have one of our judges to give a feedback. Let us welcome Miss Cecilia.
Thank you. Ruiz. I still remember the first time I met you at SMLONE. It's not you before, in your class. And I still remember your speech level at the time was still just talking about, oh, what I do today and where I go, right? And today, as a surgeon, you are able to bring a very good message of your speech. And you bring that not only through your personal experience or storytelling, you also bring that with analogy, which is a very well technique, right? You bring that when you see that water bottle that you hold from the first time you open, that this water actually is the same water. No matter where you go, no matter where you being sold at, supermarket, restaurant, the price may be different, but the value is still, right? It's still a water bottle. That opening shows and support your message with you. So good job on having an analogy and using the props as your opening, right? Now, I think after you finish with your water analogy, because it's the beginning, right? Then you move on to the storytelling of Albert Einstein and the other famous public figure. You can put the water bottle to the sea. So why? So you can move your hand freely. You're not holding that water bottle. At the end of the day, it doesn't serve any purpose to you at all, right? So you can put it aside. Then you can move your hand to support your speech. And on the other side, I also enjoy that you choose interesting prompts. Mungkin teman-teman belum tahu ya, kalau misalnya di level surgeon seperti Ruiz, tadi Max juga challenge mereka sedikit berbeda. Mereka bukan hanya harus mendeliver speech, tapi mereka harus menggunakan props untuk mendeliver speech. Nah, tadi ada yang pakai slide, di Ruiz menggunakan water, which is very creative. Good job, Ruiz. Now, to add more in your speech, I noticed that Ruiz has a tendency to have a standing position of leaning. Banyak leaning ke samping, ke depan, right? There's a lot of leaning happening. To show your confidence, you can stand straight, right? Pull your shoulder to the back, stand straight, and people not only can see from your content of speech, they can also see that your confidence to your body. Okay? I'm excited to listen for this level of speech coming from. Because today, the message is well received. Good job, Ruiz.
I believe the feedback is so well received. Grace, you can go back to the seat and don't forget to.
That was easy.
Now let's have one question. So our dear students are asked to ask.
Test.
Our next speaker is someone from the class of Gladwell. Let us welcome Sergeant Winston Lawrence. Sergeant Winston Lawrence, music, Sergeant Winston Lawrence. Your time is 5 to 7 minutes and the stage is yours. Good luck.
Test. Have you guys ever heard of the word music before? I'm confident that everyone here definitely has ever heard of music or has heard someone humming it. Music. We listen, we sing, and occasionally we try to make a music of our very own. Let's talk more about this, shall we? Before we start the speech, we need to clarify what is music. I'm going to talk about that. Music is an expression of sound that can evoke many emotions and reactions. These can be calming, energizing, inspiring, and uplifting. Words that can describe the writing of description of music can use the words such as rhythmic, melodious, harmonious, and others. There are a lot of types of musics out there which we can divide. It's called genre. Genre has over more than 50 genres in the world. Unfortunately, I cannot talk all about the genre because there are a lot to talk about. I'll get to where we can find the information after I describe the more famous music genres I'm talking about, which are pop, rock, hip hop, jazz, and classic. So let's start the explanation. Pop. Pop is a music genre that originated in its modern form during the mid 1950s. And rock. Rock is a music genre, a broad genre that originated in the United States known as rock and roll. And it originated in the late 1940s and the early 1950s. Hip hop. Hip hop is a genre that has a lot of popular music that originated in New York in the mid 1970s. Jazz. Jazz is a music genre that originated from the African American communities in the cities such as New Orleans, Louisiana, and others. This genre has been invented from the late 19th and early 20th century. And last but not least, classic. Classic is a music genre that existed more than 100 years ago, and personally my favorite music genre. And classic is also known as the art of music in the Western world. So I'll tell you more about this genre. If you are interested about the genre, I recommend you go to the Wikipedia page. That is where I found all my answers to all these genres. Now, out of all these 5 genres, I'm going to talk about the most famous one, which is classic. Classical music is different from the others because usually other genres is used by singing, while classical music is often played on musical instruments.
These musical instruments can be called such as piano, the violin, viola, you name it. Not only classical music is played on musical instruments, it also been played by the most famous artists in history. There are two artists that you may know from common sense. Those artists are called Mozart and Beethoven. These legendary creators is the start of classical music and the music era. Like other things in the world, music also has its ups and downs. The advantages of this music is it may help the brain cells process information more efficiently and facilitate the brain's ability to adapt. And it's also used to relax, express ourselves, and to generally make us more well-being. The disadvantages of music is that in certain situations, for example, you're studying or you're working, music can be a little bit too distracting for your work. And the other disadvantage is music, as I said, can evoke emotions strong enough that it may lead to people having bad feelings or memories. That is all for me today. I hope you can use this information for your future advantage. As in conclusion, there are 5 popular music genres and many others, which is pop, rock, hip hop, jazz, and classic. And that's all for me today. I'm Winston Lawrence. Thank you for listening.
Wow, thank you, Sergeant Winston, for amazing speech. Now let's have one of our judges here to give feedback. Let us welcome our judge, Sir Ricky.
Okay, Winston, I think you're one of the cautious speaker I've heard ever. It has done one great job. And you speak with so much conviction. I love the way you enunciate each word with precision. I think it's a very rare skill that people should have more of. There's a great clarity, and I really enjoy such speakers. And I think another thing is I can see that you can consistently deliver each of your speech with good vocal projection until the end. And I think that shows a lot. It shows that you have great preparation, since there are lots of information, obviously, and you could deliver all of that smoothly until the end. I really appreciate it. I really enjoy them, and at the same time, also incorporate a little bit about what you like and why. And I think that also creates this little extra personal touch in your speech, which just further makes it a great speech. But let's talk a little bit about the props that you're using, which is the music, right? The background music. Now, when you're using a background music, I think that's very nice that your voice does not fight with the music because it was very powerful, right? I think it would have been better if there's a little bit of acknowledgement regarding to the background music you're using, as in why are you using this music and how significant is in music as a team as a whole, right? Also for background music, I feel like sometimes it would probably be wiser if you choose one that is not too loud and with so many sudden noises. Sometimes it would be tempted when you're speaking. So it kind of at a time can be clashes with your voice. So be aware with the music. I think a soft violin would have been a better choice of a background. And lastly, there is an effort to walk around the stage. That's a good thing. That's a very good and high level speaking skill, public speaking skill, right? Just when you're moving around the stage, don't do abrupt movement, right? When you're moving, for example, and the next one is pop. So you move like you're walking. So the next one is pop, and then you stop. You don't just take one big step, right? So regardless, we said so much potential I see in the future. I am looking forward to see how well you can operate using public speaking skills more. And yeah, all the best. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Sariki. I believe the feedback is well received. Now, Surgeon, now let's have 1 minute of silence. So our dear trainees and parents, let's fill out the feedback form so that the speaker could improve more.
Our last speaker is someone from the class of Robins. Let us welcome Lieutenant Colonel Anastasia Sophie Johan. Anastasia Sophie Johan, Ukis Jadul. Ukis Jadul Anastasia Sophie Johan. You have 8 to 10 minutes. The speech is yours.
Who here enjoys intermediate snacks? Thank you for your those snacks are typically the ones we use. There are many types of snacks in Indonesia and many types of snacks for various things. But the one that I will talk about today is from Java. It is cookies. So what is cookies? Cookies is a traditional Indonesian snack with a rectangular base with a round one. Can you believe it? It's meant to represent the both. So, the history of cookies goes like there was a young boy who was working for a Chinese merchant in West Java, and the Chinese merchant sold nice cakes. And the young boy wanted to learn the recipe, so he asked the Chinese merchant. So one day, the young boy found
For the special promotion, just skip it. There is no special promotion.
So because of that story, this was once believed. Focus can normally be found sold in traditional markets, but I say the best place
Ladies and gentlemen, how do you feel that the real stage is finally over? Calm, nervous, stressed, or relief? All of you have done your best and you did great today. Let's give a big round of applause for all of the wonderful speakers.
So congratulations to all participants of Real Stage 39. Now let's invite all participants to come up to the stage to receive their pins and certificate.
If your name is called, please come out to the stage to receive your pin. Sergeant Caden Lois Aldrich. Let us invite Miss Cecilia to give the certificate. From 8 to 12 is 32. Okay.
Good job.
8 to, why is it 12? Not 7. Why is it from 8, not from 7?
Let us invite Sergeant Hugo Fiandi.
From 8 to okay. Let us welcome Sergeant Victoria Yap.
Now let us welcome Aldrich Reynard Atmadi.
Sergeant Elaine Guan Lim.
Sergeant Sergio Gracia Ang.
Let us welcome Sergeant Madeline Odelia Lois. Let us also invite Sergi. To give them the certificate.
Sergeant Celestia Chandiago. Let's invite Sergi up to the stage to give certificate.
Oh no.
Let us welcome Sergeant Jason Hartono Huang.
Sergeant Fasha Putra Natasha.
Finally, a surgeon.
Let us welcome Lieutenant Colonel Max Viandi.
Lieutenant Colonel Reciton.
Let us welcome Lieutenant Colonel Winston Lawrence.
Colonel Anastasia Sophie Johan. We would like to once again congratulate and also thank all of our trainees for your participations. Our judges who won't stop giving us constructive feedback, and also the audience, our dear parents and friends who come here to support us, or those who are watching from YouTube Live.
We appreciate every moment we spend with you, and we will always remember this as our best memory. I'm Lieutenant Colonel Justin Osewijaya.
And I'm Lieutenant Colonel Catherine Jaslyn.
Thank you and see you in the next event. We would like to invite all participants and judges to come to the stage so that we can take photos together.
Remember to take your certificate as well.
Thank you. Good job, MC. Let's take picture together as well. The head so nervous, huh? Okay. Come on, trainees. Let's take picture together. Let's go to the stage. Make sure you are visible, yeah? Make sure you are visible.